Excuse me. Hello once again, everybody. Let's try and restart the emulator. It's not showing up. So let's give that another try. For anyone who's out there, welcome. Good evening. 21st Century Jedi here with you once again on a fairly warm Sunday evening. I'm hoping it's going to cool down a little bit over here. Been a busy weekend, must say. Hope you all have had a good weekend. I'm here with you tonight, and together I'm hoping we can kind of laugh a little bit and beat those Sunday blues before we have to go back to work on Monday morning. Let's see if I can run this emulator again. Does it come up now? It's there. Where's my source? Ah, there you are. Wonderful. Okay. So, how is everybody doing tonight? I'm okay here. Just wanted to say welcome to Ramdit as our next most recent follower. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the follow. Hoping to see you on the stream soon. I know I've seen you personally here, so I know there's some games out there that you are looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to playing them. So a couple of things I want to mention here. Number one, still haven't quite fully figured out the joystick issue yet, aside from the fact that the other one's broken. I am going to get my refund, I think, on that one. For the time being, I have picked up a cheap little one here, a little Buffalo controller that's kind of like a little bit of a fancy Nintendo gamepad, basically. I have tried it out with the games that we're going to play tonight, so we did some testing, and we should be good to go at least for tonight. So at the very least, we'll be able to play, have fun. I'm thinking that what I'm going to try to do is see if I can pick up a quality or a durable joystick that's very, very similar to the old Atari style, even if it doesn't have the two buttons on the top like I like. I'm fine with just going like the classic Atari joystick and then try to find an adapter to go to USB with it. I did a little research on this, and the newer joysticks, depending on how retro or vintage they go, it can be there could be like either a chip in there that kind of interprets your movements or checks for polling of the movements and stuff, and because of that there can be a slight delay with the reaction speed and stuff. The older style joysticks, it was really just basically you move the joystick and you hit the contact, and that was what sent the signal. It was very quick, boom, boom, boom. There was no polling involved. You just sent it and it would happen. So I'm hoping that by getting that same type of a joystick there that's very similar to the old style, and then using an adapter that I can keep the latency down and have something that plays fairly quickly without too much lag or too much issue with feedback into the game. So we'll see how that goes. I expect I'll probably order a joystick very soon. If anybody has any suggestions on joysticks they have used for games like or for WinVice or for other emulators that worked well, it needs to be a joystick, because we do want it to be something that's that I can use for some of the older games that, like I mentioned before, if we need to move that stick pretty quickly, I can't do so with a D-pad like this. It needs to be a stick where I can actually shake it, and use the input that way. For the meantime, though, we will work with this. This is pretty consistent, I think, with the directional pad, and I don't have any issues with like the stick or anything like that, where it was a very sensitive dead zone there. I might be able to try and adjust that later if I get the time. I might try it out on the old Xbox controller, see if I can get somewhere with that. This one played pretty well when I tried it out, so I'm looking forward to doing that. So what else is going on? Emojis. You can see I'm trying to put some emojis out there. I have talked to a couple of artists very wonderful people, by the way. Again, I do want to support our small artists that are out there that are trying to support us small streamers. So I am trying to get a character commission done as well as some emotes done, and I'm trying to figure out what characters or what style of emotes that I want to throw into the chat a little bit. So I'm looking for things that might be missing, something that's a little bit unique to our channel. Um, Obviously retro themed. I was thinking maybe the old Epix Jumpman symbol would be something that's pretty cool. Um, hey Walt, good to see you, man. 8-bit emojis, exactly. So I mean, we could do the classic ones like Pac-Man and Defender, Donkey Kong, and things like that. And the artist, of course, could simply style it up to their particular style, and I'm cool with that. Um, Emotes also need to be able to um, evoke some sort of an emotion, like when you put it into the chat. Like for example, if you put in like a this particular one that I've got here, and these are the default ones, I believe. I don't think I'm putting in here anything that's unique to a channel or something, but if I am, I apologize. Where is it now? So something like this I've seen, when you do that, that's that typical laughing face that you see in a lot of channels as well. That obviously means that the person's laughing and stuff. So the emote, whatever it is that we're going to put out there, we want it to have some sort of an emotion. We want it to have something that means whatever it is that we want it to mean. So I'm definitely looking for any ideas on that, if anybody's got any. Like I said, I've got some thoughts in my head a little bit. I was actually thinking just before we went on stream here that I might do a little bit of, maybe a couple of emotes dedicated to my cat, Bomber, who passed away a couple years ago. I think it's pretty, I don't want to say it's easy, but at least you could probably create something that's a stylized calico cat, and then just maybe the face, and then just kind of do something with the face, like maybe put mirror shades on it or have it laughing or something like that. I don't know. I will talk with the artists, and it's going to be an ongoing thing. I do want to do some sort of a character commission that vaguely represents what I look like. I've seen the work of both these artists. They seem to be very, very talented people. So, I do want to support those people and to support their work, because it's important that we all kind of support each other in our endeavors here. There's so many threats in terms of programs, in the public sector that are not being supported anymore. Teachers and other faculty that are unable to do things like the arts programs, music programs, even things like video game programs. They're unable to put these out in schools because there's always budget cuts. And I'm strongly against budget cuts when it comes to education. I really, really believe that we need to support everyone in the education sector, teachers and the faculty and everybody, even the students, of course, too, especially the students, because we are investing in our future when we talk about investing in education. So the more money I feel that we put at it, obviously we want smart investments into that and stuff. We don't want waste, we don't want fraud, obviously, but it doesn't make any sense to me to not invest in our education system, because that is our future. If we want educated citizens who are smart, who ask the right questions, and who are talented and articulate enough to find the right answers, then we need to be able to invest in them now, so that when that generation finally comes of age, they're able to do the things that we couldn't. We simply have to look at it that way, in my opinion. So Walt, if you would love to do me a favor here, feel free to throw in whatever emotes are out there, and if you see anything that you either strikes an idea or something like that, if you don't know how to do it, just in the message there's a little face icon, and you can just kind of pick whatever icons come up. Again, some are global, some I don't know if we have any that are dedicated specifically to my channel. The global ones I think are Twitch based, and there's a slew of them I think. Again, feel free to throw in whatever emotes you want. We'll call it all a test, and again, I'm just trying to look for ideas, look for things that we can do to kind of make it our own. So, how was your weekend, Walt? If you don't mind me asking. And I am going to get our first game ready for tonight. Hey, Foxfire, good to see you, man. It's been a long time, huh? Where's my... Let's see. Let's go get our game loaded. Weekend was nice overall. Spent it working on house stuff that has been way overdue. Yes. It's not really the most ideal way to spend a weekend, I suppose. I did a good amount of yard work this weekend, mowing the lawn and getting things ready for outdoor use. So, and for those who may not be aware, like Foxfire and I actually met earlier today at a card convention and had a good time there. So, I'm going to let this go into demo mode for a moment, and I'll get you the information about Beachhead and Beachhead 2. There was a Beachhead 2000. Where is... I need the game. Come on, give it to me. Ah, there we are. Okay, so the game's going to go in demo mode, and you're going to see some of the screens, the action shots and stuff. So, this was published in 1983. How did the chess game end up the other evening? Yeah, we lost. There was, you kind of saw the writing on the wall already. Part of the problem is that it's been a long time since I've played chess, and I've never trained myself on the proper strategies of playing good chess. And we started at level 2 out of 6, which isn't a slouch at battle chess. If you're interested, and I do recommend this, there's I don't know if maybe he's a streamer. There's a person named Perry Fractic. Christian Sampson is his name. He was actually an actor. He is an actor, and he was actually in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. He was one of the pilots from the Battle of Naboo. He has a channel called Retro Recipes, and one of the episodes that he did was he pitted battle chess against another chess program, and I think it was the original battle chess from the Commodore. And the way he did it was pretty funny, because they had to take the moves from one computer and manually input it as the human in the other computer, and then kind of do it the other way around. So the human player on each computer was basically the other computer. So it was interesting how they did that. It is a really cool episode. Again, I do recommend Perry Fractic. His channel is called Retro Recipes. He does a lot of stuff about the old style games, the retro theme stuff. Commodore stuff is in there, Amiga stuff. He's done a lot of cool things, and he also has a great voice that's very, very relaxing and soothing. So if you're looking for that type of soothing voice to help you sleep at night, I do recommend listening to him. He's got an excellent voice. So Perry Fractic, if you are out there, shout out to you, and Lady Fractic, and Puppy Fractic, of course. They are on YouTube, so if you do get a chance to see them or check them out, I do recommend taking a look at them. What else? So, Beachhead, getting back to this, is 1983 Access Software. Was developed for Atari 8-bit family and Commodore 64. There were versions for the ZX Spectrum, BBC Micro, Acorn Electron. US Gold kind of took in a little bit of the publishing there. There was other versions for the Amstrad, the Commodore 16, and the Plus 4. So basically, this game is a war-type game. It's set in the Pacific Ocean theater of World War II, and as you've seen by some of the demo screens here, it's there's phases to the game, right? So there's a ship-based phase. There's a going through a subterranean grotto-type maze game. There's the actual assault on the beach and to the actual beachhead itself. So this game, I do remember playing it quite a bit, as well as its sequel, Beachhead 2. It was Access's best-selling Commodore game as of late 1987. It was the first US Gold release to sell 250,000 copies. So it did receive a lot of positive press. It was declared in Computer Gaming World the 117th best computer game ever released. There was also a remake of this game called Beachhead 2000, which was released for Windows and Mac OS. It never made the Commodore Amiga. I guess there was a falling out of the agreement where they couldn't actually come up with the publishing there. So, anyway, the fun part about this game, and if you look at the graphics of this, what's going to be very interesting when you watch both of these games side by side is the games themselves were only, I think, separated by 2 years. Like, Beachhead 2 came out in 1985-ish, I think. But you could see already, so Walt, the developer for Beachhead, is Access Software, and I'm glad you brought that up, because Access Software is, they published a lot of good stuff there. Bruce Carver, he founded the company, and if you remember, we played, if you happen to see one of the older streams, we played Raid Over Moscow. That was another one done by Access Software. Okay? They were actually acquired by Microsoft in April 1999. They transitioned in name twice before being acquired by Take-Two Interactive in October 2004, receiving the name Indie Built. They became part of the 2K label, so they were part of all those sports 2K type games in the early 2000s. They were finally closed down in May 2006. What else? So there was a little bit of a lingering legacy with some of the golf simulators that went on after that, but basically Access Software ceased to exist as of 2006. Bruce Carver is the name that you'll see on a lot of these games, like this one. He started by creating a sprite editing program called Sprite Master. He presented the product to Steve Witzel, who operated Computers Plus, which was a retail computer store in Salt Lake City's Midvale suburb. Witzel provided him with some suggestions for the program. After he had made these changes, Bruce Carver then started selling the software under the name Access Software through that company, Computers Plus. What else? So then eventually, later on in 1982, that year, he incorporated it with Chris Jones, starting off with capital of about $25,000. And you hear the term, oh yes, Raid Over Moscow and Red Alert. That was another game I got to pick up too, is Red Alert. I had to look that one up. We might have to bring that one up on the stream, I think. Getting back to this though, when we talk about like software companies in the late 70s and early 80s, you think of the image about them operating out of like their basement or out of their garage, like the way Steve Jobs and Bill Gates did. Access Software did that. They operated out of Bruce Carver's basement when they started out, and that's where a lot of people did that. They just kind of started small, and they were eventually able to build up their own studio and go to town with that into an actual office. So they moved on. Let's see, they did a lot of stuff from 1982 to about 1999, and I'll go into the software list as well. They were acquired again by Microsoft, and they did a lot of the golfing stuff, like the Lynx series, like Lynx 3, 86 and so on. What else? So, going into the games listed, the first 2 games that Access Software did come out with were Neutral Zone, which is another one I'd like to get to, and this one, Beachhead. Okay, so those are one of the first 2 games that came out for Access Software. They then followed it up with The Scrolls of Abaddon, Ollie's Follies, Raid over Moscow, which we played. In 85, they came out with Beachhead 2, The Dictator Strikes Back. In 1986, they came out with 2 of my favorites, which is Leaderboard, which is a golf game, and 10th Frame, which is a bowling game. I remember playing a lot of those back in the day. 87, they came out with more on Leaderboard, and they came out with a game called Echelon, which I tried as well. 1988 was Heavy Metal, then they went to, like, 1989 was Mean Streets. It looks like they didn't really put out a lot of software in the 80s. Like, they were like maybe like a once a year, maybe 2 releases a year schedule. When you think about other publishers like Epic Software and some of the other ones there, Activision, there was a lot of software they were kicking out in the 80s. Access Software kind of started very slow, but they put out quality stuff in the 80s. Yeah, I love Basement Garage Origin Stories too, Walt. It's fun to kind of start small and see if you can build something on the way up. In fact, there is even a Game Dev Studio is, I think, the name of the game that I've played, where you actually do something like that. You start your own game development studio. You start in your garage, you know? So it's kind of fun to watch that. So they did a lot of stuff in the 90s about golf. There was Lynx 386 Pro. There was Microsoft Golf. They did have a game called Under a Killing Moon. I don't remember that one too well. There was the Pandora Directive, Tex Murphy Overseer. There's a lot of the Lynx games. So if you're familiar about any of the golf games, there was Lynx 386, I remember, Lynx LS 1997, 98, 99, 2000, Microsoft Golf 2001, Lynx 2001, and they just kept going on. There was Topspin. Topspin, I think, was one I played for the Xbox. That was... I think it was a tennis game, believe it or not, and it was actually a fun tennis game. Very interesting to play that one. Alright, man, come on back. Yeah, they did. They did Topspin in 2003. And they weren't Access Software then, though. They were actually, what were they called? They rebranded them as Salt Lake Games Studio. They transitioned to Xbox versions of Lynx as well as the Amped snowboarding and Topspin tennis sports games. Yeah, you played that with your kids? Yeah, that was a fun one. When you could master it on the Xbox and stuff, I was able to kind of get it so that no matter what the computer would throw at me, I'd be able to try and get some sort of a good return on it. Alright, go get that hot dog, man. We're going to start kicking this off, I think. Get this back in line. Alright, so what else we got here? So we are going to take a look at Beachhead 2. I'm going to bring that one up while I've got this open here. So the funny thing is and you're going to see this when we go into the games, Beachhead is good on its own, I think, because as a World War II arcade-style game, it's good. Obviously, it's not like a true sim of World War II. There are some things that I could nitpick about in here, and I'll mention them when we start doing this, but what's going to be very interesting is you're going to see this game, and it's going to remind you a lot of Raid over Moscow, and the style of play, and the graphics, and the sprites, and the text, and everything. And then we're going to get into Beachhead 2, and it's like they completely revamped everything. Like, it's style-wise, it's different. You can see it, you know? Alright. Let this guy shoot him here, and then we will move on. For anyone wondering, by the way, Pretzel Rocks is doing the lounge station tonight, so that's what we've got going on. Alright, so I'm going to start this on level 1 because I did try this earlier and I did not beat level 1. So we're going to give this a go. Alright. I don't want to cheat you out of this. The last time I did this, you could actually go straight through this channel. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this little blinking black area here. Go Gadget. So you're going to bring your ships through this little channel here, which is the subterranean grotto. You can go through here on level 1, and it's fine. But I feel like you're missing out if you don't see this part of the game at least. So we'll do this. Right, so how did I do this now? Okay, so forward is doing that. Whoa! Get away from the walls. Faster. Let's go faster. Oh, this is a problem. Let's try that again. So the idea of this, of course, is to take your ships. You have, I think, 10 of them. Oops. Well, I had 10, now I've got 8. This is no good. And the idea is to get them through this torpedo maze here with mines. The dots are the mines, the torpedoes are, of course, these little lines here. Alright, you got one ship through at least. Ah! Can't hit that red part apparently. I used to be able to get through that. I thought we could just hit that. Oh boy, this is a problem. Whoa. Oh boy. Yeah. Not doing good. This is going to make the next couple phases extremely tough if I can't get more ships through. Oh no! Yeah, this is a terrible start. Terrible start. I did not practice this prior to tonight, so this is the one phase I did not practice. Goofing it up a little, oh boy. Goofing it up a little bit here. So you can make your ship, you know, go faster, go slower. You can turn left and right, of course. There's only a certain amount of limit, though, you can turn left and right. It's really just like from here to here. That's all you can do. The good news is there's no timer on these things, so you just kind of have to, you know, work your way through. Stay away from the walls, because that's where the torpedoes are bound to get you. Nice. Do that. Let's see if we can do this. Nice. There we go. Alright, so if I get 5 ships into this, it's not terrible. Let's see if we can do that. Oh boy. Oh no! Okay, so we're getting 4 ships through. Not good. Alright, so the next step is the anti-air phase. So we gotta shoot down airplanes here. And I did alright with this one last time. I think I only lost 1 ship. I think I could probably do even better here. I think the maximum number of points you can take in damage per ship is 20. So you'll want to keep an eye out for that. Now I am the gun here, and I am just shooting 40mm ammo. I just want to shoot those airplanes as quick as I can. They come in at a certain, you know, angle. Some of them are high angle, some of them are low angle. And as the more I hold the button down to shoot, the quicker my ammunition runs out. And then at some point it'll be too low, and I won't be able to keep up. And the rate of fire goes down. So I want to be judicious about how I shoot, how often. And I took 1 damage there. So we want to, again, be very judicious with the firing, and oh, there's the observation points. Those are extra points if we want. So there we go. Got that one. Missed that one. I don't know how many planes there are. It's not 100. Oh, that was quick. So now we get to the artillery fire, basically ship-to-ship fire. And this is all about gauging the distance. Oh, we are way short there. Let's bring that up. You want to try and get, first of all, firing at the ship that's firing at you, to try and knock them out before they knock you out. Nice. Down. Range. You want to try and get, if they get to you before you get to them, they take out one of your ships, basically. Okay, good, we got that one. This is a short range one. Let's try this. Incidentally, 250 millimeters is an interesting caliber ammunition. I don't think the U.S. Navy ever used it. It's roughly 10-inch, so I didn't know too many 10-inch guns that were in World War II. It's basically, when you're playing this, it's for every half a degree of elevation you give it, you increase or decrease the range. This one's pretty far out, so we'll shoot there. This looks like the battleship we're firing at, if that matters. 1400 short. Doing alright here. Gotta watch the fall shot, obviously. And another thing I want to nitpick about too is, like, as you raise the elevation, you're not firing farther. You're actually firing shorter. You know, with your max elevation being, or max range would be around 45 degrees, depending on wind and stuff like that. Firing at 70-degree angle like that's not going to make your shot go far. Might get hit here. Oh. Might get hit, let's see. Well, we sunk them pretty fast. Nice. Okay. So we've gone through 3 of the phases, and now we get to assault the beach. This is the tough part, because we gotta get our tanks through the obstacle course, basically, and then get to that end part where he's shooting at the actual turret at the end. The good news is we get, 8 tanks? So that's, if we can get through the obstacle course without crashing into anything, we're okay. And we do have to watch the hitbox, because the sprite has that cannon that sticks out, so we have to be very careful with that. So first time through, this isn't too terrible. There's only, I think, one thing firing at me. Just that little observation post there. Not a big deal. We just gotta go around him. Could shoot him if we wanted for extra points. Not really playing for points here. So this section usually gets me right here. This little crisscross section. So I gotta try and get through that. There we go. Running gun there. Just made that. Get through this, hopefully. Alright, so now the object is to hit that mortar post, or whatever you want to call it, and hit those little spots there. Just like if you remember from Raid over Moscow, it's a similar mechanism to hitting those towers. Try and hit as many of them as you can before he shoots you. I got 4 on that one. That was pretty good. So we sent another tank into the fray. And everyone that we can kind of send in like that, that's what we're hoping for. So. If we do manage to hit all of those spots that are on that little hill there, then I believe the turret at the top does blow up, and you win that phase. I think that it starts the whole thing over. So this is the tank. If you notice, like as I move, it moves with me. It's kind of a river raid type of tactic I think Activision did. They also did that with Raid Over Moscow. I remember that too. There was at least one obstacle in Raid Over Moscow that did the same type of strategy AI-wise. It would move with you, so you had to make sure you shot your shot. And then, I went too far. You had to shoot your shot before you moved and made sure it stuck. You know? I'm gonna be kicking myself for missing that last one. So the blue things are supposed to be landmines, the walls are there, there's trenches, obviously, other things that can get in your way. And again, for 1983 graphics, this is actually pretty cool, you know. Again, we're like 5 years removed away from Pong, and this is what they kind of developed to that point. Let's get through this again. Run. There we go. This is usually okay, as long as I just stick this. Should be good here. Get this guy out of the way. Oh boy. Oh, that was close. I almost ran into that trench there. Alright, so if I get another 3 or 4 shots on this one. Here we go. Let's do this. One. Get that. Oh, I only got 2 that time. They were all over back and forth. That was my problem. Whew. Okay. But the good news is that we've only lost 1 tank to the obstacle course. We've actually made it to the end. If we keep doing that, we're going to beat this thing. So the movements on this, of course, are up and down. And then you can shoot, you know, with the fire button. There's really no left and right on this part. It's just really guiding your tank up and down. Kind of like a river raid, but, you know, working horizontally instead of vertically. This is going to be tricky. Got it. This. Alright, tricky part here, where I always seem to mess up. Got it. Little running gun here. Got past that. This. There's something at the end, isn't there? Nope, it's not. Alright. Oh, there is. Got it. That was close. Alright, get this one. This one. This one. Oh, we're doing good here. Woohoo! Satisfaction, baby. Love it. I totally forgot about the surrender flag. That, I remember that now. That made me laugh. Funny stuff. Oh, and I get the top 10 here. So, stick left or right, push button to enter. Can we use it just letters? Yeah, they don't give us numbers, so it's going to be C and J. Oops. C-I-J? Okay, there we go. So that is Beachhead. We're going to try this on level 2 now, I think. Let's jump it up a notch here and see how we do. Now this one, I think what happens is this will cut you off on the second one here. Or maybe it won't. Interesting. So I guess I can skip it? No, I don't want to skip it. Let's see if we can go through and get points here. I ought to be able to do better than just 4 ships going through. Send our armada through. Sorry, fleet. Armada's a pretty ancient term. Fleets. Oh my god, these are moving fast. Yeah! Take that one broadside. Like, these are super fast. Holy crap. Whoa, jeez. Chill. Chill. My god. Holy crap. It's insane. Oh, this is trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Knew it. This is insane. This is only level 2. Like, they expect the ship to move like Twitch lines. That's not happening. Whoa, that was close. Alright, we got one through. Here we go. Let's get this second one through if we can. Wow. Ow. Yeah, just kill her with that. And it doesn't accelerate pretty fast either, you know. Whoa. Jeez, look at that. See how fast that was moving? Holy crap. This game wasn't hard enough. I gotta make a beeline for this here. Dang it. Wow, this is awful. Oops. Jeez. I may have to try this one again, man. This is nuts. Alright, we got 2 through. Don't think we're gonna make it past the sea battle with just 2 ships. We'll try. That was brutal. Now I can see why people skip that one. Holy crap. Alright, 40mm Bofors, here we go. Come off that carrier. I feel fairly good about my chances in these next 2 phases. Pretty decent at targeting these guys. I am not going to worry about that plane. I do have a sneeze built in, so I apologize if I have to sneeze into the microphone here. Got you, but you shot me. This being level 2, I bet you my damage that I can take will probably lessen. So, yeah. Oh, you got through. Darn. Alright, here we go. Gotta get to these guys fast. I do want to take out that carrier too. Hurry. I missed it. Try one shot on the carrier here. Wow. Don't think I'm gonna hit that carrier. Just take a pot shot at it. Just go for it. Oh, I got it! That's hilarious. Oh, we are way long on this one. There goes the ship. Now I gotta go after this battleship quickly, or else I am done for. You gotta go way up. Start with that. And then show. Oh, we're only 100 meter long, so I think I should be on target with this one. There we go. And then hit this guy. You should be down a little bit. That should hit, I think. Nice. 30 degrees. We are way long. Alright, we are still alive. How many tanks do we get? Can we still get 8 tanks? I wonder. Two tanks. Well, this ain't happening. This is not happening. It's okay. We're gonna go as far as we can with it. We'll give this another run here at level 2. It's a fun part about these games. You know, they make them difficult because they don't expect you to beat it on every level. You have to get, better at it. That was the gun barrel of my tank hitting the wall. I seem to remember we could actually hit the mines. I don't think we can. I just shot right through one. Ugh, game over. Player 1. Okay. Which, I mean, if you look at that high score, that was kind of an interesting thing too, right? Didn't really show you like your score based on your skill level so much. I got a worse score being on skill level 2. There's really not as much incentive, is there, to play level 2 if you're not going to get a high score, right? Unless you increase the score value somewhat. All right, let's see if we can do better here. We need to get more ships through. Good night. This is just mind-boggling to me. Okay, I got it now. Pretty sure I got this now. So the good news is that at the end there's just that one purple torpedo you gotta watch out for. You get past that one and the one above it, that orange one that just went by there. And life becomes very good. Ooh, that was close. Oh boy, that's good. Fast-moving torpedoes. Surprisingly, one part of the game that's actually quite historical. They are fast-moving torpedoes. No. There we go. We have 2 through. Let's screw this up. I was trying to go ahead and I didn't think about it. Oh, you just got me. Alright, fine. Go this way. Oh! Apparently I need to figure out the pattern for this. Dang it. That thing is so fast up there. Gotta watch out for that one. I see you, bastard. Nice. That's good to hear, Foxfire. You found a $7 card in there, huh? Very good. I haven't had a chance to scan the other ones that I got yet. We opened up one box that the grandchild picked, and we did not. There was nothing that really stuck out. There was like one thing I think that was guaranteed, but it didn't look like it was anything valuable. So, all right, we got. Whoops, that's gonna be a hit. All right, so we got 4 through. That's better than last time. Oh, by the way, Foxfire, feel free to play around with the emojis in chat if you want. I've got artists that I've commissioned that are going to do some additional graphics work here. So among the things that I've asked them to do is try and see if we can develop some emojis or emotes that are unique to the channel. Obviously, we're trying for a retro theme, but we're just looking for basically something that stands out, is unique to the channel, that is useful. So if you've played with the emotes before, you can do like the laughing faces, you can do, hearts, you can do whatever, right? We want to try and find something that's, again, unique. Something that fills a void. Awful here. Come on. right through it. Darn it. Nothing worse, man. It goes right through your Sprite. And 8 damage is not good. Okay. Keep shooting him down. Hot dog times 2 wall. You know, the funny thing is I actually had a hot dog today. It was right after, you know, we were trying to find lunch after the show today, and wound up stopping at a place that actually had, you know, the type of diner food and stuff. The grandchild was looking for mac and cheese. We had to settle for chicken tenders, and I wound up getting a hot dog for myself. It was good. Ketchup, mustard, and relish on there. They threw onions on it if you want it, but whatever. Alright, see if we can get this one pretty quick here. 17.5, I think. Do it. Yeah, it's probably good not to eat them that often. Gotta watch what you eat these days, right? Oh, I just screwed this up, didn't I? Probably screwed this up. Try that. 6. Get it. See if we can get this guy quickly. There goes the carrier. So, I went through the gauntlet of the torpedoes, and man, on level 2, it's hard. And there goes a ship. Try and finish that guy off. I missed him. See, at 29.5, got it. .5 for that guy. A little short by this one. That one out of the way. Battleship Cove in Fall River, Mass. Yes, brings back memories, Walt, doesn't it? I have not been there in a couple of years now. I did make a run there not too long ago, probably about at least 6 years ago. Great place, by the way, Battleship Cove. Get a chance to get out there. If anybody's, you know, getting a chance to do things like that, I do recommend Battleship Cove, Fall River, Massachusetts. Shout out to them. If you ever want to see a real live battleship that's not one of the Iowa classes, that one was a Sodak, so it was a South Dakota class battleship. Also, you've got the Lionfish, I believe, the Joseph P. Kennedy. About the only thing they're really lacking is a cruiser, which those are hard to find these days. Definitely a cool place to see if you want to like check out some cool World War II style ships and stuff. I've been to, let's see, the Massachusetts. Just thinking of the battleships I've been to, because those are the ones that I really enjoy seeing. The Massachusetts I've been to. I've been on the Wisconsin, which is in Norfolk, Virginia, I believe. I think it's still there. Been on New Jersey. New Jersey is a cool one. If you ever get a chance to head out that way and check out the USS New Jersey, that's a cool ship. I haven't been to many others there. I don't think I've been on the North Carolina. I know I haven't been on the Alabama. I haven't been on the Iowa. Texas. Yeah, Texas. That one's getting refurbished if you've been following that story. I screwed that up. They are actually refurbishing USS Texas. It's in dry dock right now. Interesting story about that one. Yeah, I mean, it's a ship that's more than 100 years old, so it fought in World War One basically. That's the time period when it came out. By the time World War Two came out, it was pretty obsolete, but it still saw action, which is pretty cool, you know. And it's still with us today, and they're trying their best to kind of refurb it, get it up to something that's, you know, serviceable to the point where you can go on board it again. That's one of my secret guilty pleasures, I guess, or not so secret guilty pleasure, is capital ships in World War II, especially like battleships. You know, I think it started when I read a book in grade school about the German battleship Bismarck. That's such a hard path to make through. I don't know why I keep doing that. I was hooked on reading about the Bismarck. It was the book I remember was called The Sinking of the Bismarck by William L. Shirer. For my grade level, it was a decent enough book that kind of hooked you into it. It's not the technical stuff that you look for, but it definitely covers a story. Since then, I've bought a much more comprehensive book about the Bismarck called Battleship Bismarck. It goes into some incredible detail about every aspect of the ship. Like, you know, it talks about the crew quarters and the services available and everything about the ship from, you know. Yes, Walt, and that's another reason why I got hooked on it, I think, was because of that song. I keep crashing on the same spot. Sorry, guys. It was my dad used to play that song for me. He had an 8-track tape that was a mixtape, believe it or not, and that song was on there. And we used to love hearing that song. And that was what kind of hooked me, I think, was I wanted to know more about the Bismarck. I'm sorry, Walt. Nightbot got you with the caps there. Your mom had the 8-track too? Yeah. 8-tracks were the bomb back then, weren't they? But yeah, that kind of hooked me. Yeah, Johnny Horton. He also did the Battle of New Orleans, right? That was another song I remember from those days. Okay, we got through that one finally. So we get to hopefully go to the end here. Oh, I didn't wear my, I messed up. Should have gone south. I didn't wear my hat. Do I have it here? I don't see it. I was going to wear my hat today. And by the way, for people who are watching here, I am planning right now on doing a special stream on Tuesday evening. And the reason for this is it's Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final, and my team, the Vegas Golden Knights, are up 3-1. So I am hoping to do a little streaming that night while having the game on and just kind of hopefully enjoying things. Thank you, Walt. Golden Knights, baby. I jumped onto that team when they first came into the league in 2017. I had no idea how good they were going to do. I did it it was actually at a Hartford Whalers Booster Club meeting when I made my decision. Ever since the Whalers left, I was out of hockey completely. Get through that. Your college alma mater used to be the Golden Knights. That's UCF, right? If I'm not mistaken. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I had been out of hockey. Let's see. 9:35. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll switch over to the next game so you can see that one. Yeah, they're only one win away now from the Cup. And hopefully they can kind of pull this off here. So to finish my story, I decided, I had you know, since the Whalers had left, I really was having a very hard time getting into hockey. I didn't want to just jump in and become a Bruins fan or become a Blackhawks fan or become a, you know, Kings fan or something. I wanted to. I didn't want to be a bandwagon fan, you know. And I've never been able to get into the Bruins because my Whalers, they used to always play the Bruins. And yes, they suffered the curse of the President's Cup this year, which that was a stunner. If anybody follows hockey, the fact that Florida was able to beat them was just shocking to me still. But Florida seems like a team of destiny. That's why I'm not counting my chickens on the Knights actually having this in the bag yet. I'm not counting on that. They have to actually do it. So, when the expansion was announced and Vegas was announced that they were going to get a team, I made my decision then because I had been to Vegas a number of times. I love the city. I love going there. I don't like to travel there, but I do love going to Vegas. It's a great town, great people there. I always have a great time. My wife and I, we love going there. We have a great time. So when they came into the league, I was like, you know what? This is my team. Heck or high water, I want to follow them. A double standard? How do you mean, Foxborough? I decided that they were going to be my team. And I did, again, in 2017, I had no idea how well they were going to do. I figured they were an expansion team, they wouldn't do so great. They wound up going to the Stanley Cup final. And then, you know, they've been in the playoffs for every year except one, and now this year might finally be the year that they don't. I think I can like going to Vegas and hate to travel there. The destination's the trip that I care about there, not the journey in that case. I just don't like the flight to Vegas, the flight from Vegas. It's just a long flight. Even if you break it up into a layover or something, it's a long. I mean, you're basically spending your whole day traveling. You know, going coast to coast almost. It's rough. So it used to be that I didn't mind it so much. Now, as I get older, I'm like, I having to lose that day of travel both ways is tough. You know, especially if you have to take like a red-eye flight one way or the other. Because then you're like getting in there late, like tired, or you're skipping your entire sleep schedule for the next day. And I can't sleep on the plane. I just can't do it. So, you know, that's the only downside I think for going to Vegas. Other than that, I love the place. I love the country out there. It's, you know, the desert atmosphere and stuff. Even going during the colder weather, it's cool. So yes, Walt, you really should go, man. It's fun. There's a lot to do, and it's something that it used to be like only if you wanted to gamble or see like the shows that you would go there. Now there's so much to do there that's not even related to the casinos. There's a lot in the neighboring areas and stuff. There's places you can travel. You're not far from the Grand Canyon. It's like a 1 or 2 hour drive, I think, at most. You can catch the Grand Canyon. There's some cool stuff near the Grand Canyon. You're not too far from Route 66 if you're going that way. Yep, to Hoover Dam. Yep. I'm sorry, I had that backwards. The Grand Canyon's about 5 hours from there, I think. Hoover Dam's only like an hour or two from there. And as far as overstimulating, if you stay on the Strip, yeah, I agree. There's a lot on the Strip that's just coming at you from all angles. That's why I like staying off Strip. I like staying at the South End or something like that. Like a place like South Point it's on the Strip, it's way south. So you have like basically that's it as the casino. Everything else is just kind of strip mallish type stuff. Very calm. Yes, people watching is pretty cool. You see a lot of interesting people there, especially if you go to Fremont Street. definitely a lot of interesting people at Fremont Street. But in terms of stimulation, there's a huge canopy that goes over Fremont Street that has all sorts of shows, like graphical displays. Like I remember we went there when Prince died, and they had a huge tribute to Prince on the entire canopy. And this canopy stretches for at least a mile. It looks like, it goes the length of Fremont Street. That's the old section of town anyway. So it's cool stuff. I can definitely hear your argument about overstimulation, but I honestly recommend going at least once and then seeing it for yourself. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So, I'm going to do a quick BRB here. We're going to switch over to Beachhead 2, and you get to see the difference between Beachhead and Beachhead 2 with this one. So, I will be right back. It'll only be like another minute or two. I'm going to load the game up, grab something to drink, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. And I left it purposely on the document screen here because I wanted to show you the intro to this, which, again, I feel like it's night and day compared to Beachhead, the original. So let's go ahead and get this up and running. Thanks, Walt. I appreciate it, man. Hope you see you soon. If you're watching this, if you don't, again, feel free to catch me on YouTube. And hope to see you soon. Hope you have a great week. And talk to you either Tuesday or Wednesday, perhaps. So, I wanted to show you this because I think the intro screen is actually really cool here. So let's go ahead and get into that. Slow it up. No, we don't want to reset the high score list. Little Marine theme here. What do they call this song? USMC fight song. Roger Carver, Bruce Carver, of course, I mentioned before. (1985) again, 2 years since 1983's Beachhead, and you can kind of see already that we're looking at something that, graphically speaking, is different. The font is different. The intro graphics look a little sharper. You know, that big helicopter graphic logo there is, you know, that's standing right out at you. All right, so I'm going to jump right into this and go to one player level 1, and we're going to do normal mode. So the funny thing about this one is it's set technically in they say July 1947, which is awfully ambitious for helicopters. You know, if you remember the helicopters from the Korean War, they were, you know, the Dragonfly Doodlebug type things here, and now you've got this kind, and they're parachuting from helicopters and stuff, which I guess, you know, okay, maybe. I just feel like that wasn't until like the Vietnam War that we were really seeing it in earnest. So, okay, so at this point, the first thing I need to do is start dropping my paratroopers behind these walls here. Okay, so they're going to get to this first step, and they're going to run to the walls while the machine gun down below is attempting to try and take them out. So the idea here, of course, is to start from one side, drop them there, swing to the other side, and I want to try and get an even number behind each wall if I can. I believe that's going to be 32 total. So then the next step is they're going to run from that series of back 4 walls to the next wall, and again, the machine gun's going to be able to try and shoot at them. So you want to try and deploy them one to the other. You're going to lose people here, but if you deploy it to a point where you're swinging it back and forth, the gun can't traverse fast enough. So, you know, you send one guy off to try and run for it, whereas then you can send the other guy, you know, hopefully to safety pretty easy. The last phase of this one is going to be, you're going to take your paratroopers, you're going to run them out from either side of the wall, get down and have get to the kill box basically here in the front of the machine gun nest. He's going to try and chuck a grenade and then run to safety to the bottom wall here where the machine gun can't get him. You'll see as we kind of, you know, play through this a little bit. So here we go. We're going to start at the right, and I will drop, and then I'm going to move over here. See now the gun traverses all the way over there, and we'll drop this guy over here. And he goes that way. Throw this one here. Now what I want to do is I want to try to get the middle ones too. So I'm going to do this. Drop one here. Drop one here. Now I'm going to try and drop one there. One there. Now I'm going to try and go 2. Just to try and even these guys out a little bit. Let our little paratroopers get in there. And again, graphically speaking, you can see the difference, right? This game is definitely looking different than Beachhead did. Alright. So now what happens is, you see that little flashing line that goes between the walls? That's going to determine like what direction your troopers are going to peek out of and start running towards the next wall. So the gun turret is pointing this way, so I want to try and take some guys from the other side here. So let's try the middle one and just run them. And now I want to keep trying to run these guys as much as I can. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but there is speech synthesis in this. It's similar to what you heard with Impossible Mission, right? It's the same company is doing that. Berkeley Systems, I believe is the name. The credit was in the beginning of the game here. It's gone. They'll say stuff like, "Medic, I'm hit." Ah, you know. Medic. Ought to be able to rack up a pretty good score with this, I think. Got a lot of troopers behind those walls. Okay, so now, again, the blinking goes from left to right wall. The turret's pointing this way. I'm going to go with the left wall. And again, the goal is to run my guy down real quick. He needs to move in a diagonal manner. Throw the grenade. All he has to do is kind of hit the turret. And then book it down to the wall. You'll see this happen here. You ready? Oh, I did this wrong. I did this wrong. I accidentally sent too many guys there, so that kind of messed me up. Here we go. He got hit, but the grenade was thrown. And we got a hit, so now that one goes away. A new turret comes back. This is going to be tough here, so I think what I'm going to do is run this guy, just get him out of there. Move the turret all the way to the left and have it stick there. And then go to the right side, pull this guy out, throw the grenade, and book it. That was a perfect shot right there. The funny thing about this game too is you can play two-player and you can have somebody play as the dictator. So you can play this game like I'm playing it as the Allies, and then your second player can be as the dictator shooting your guys, you know? So you can be the turret that's trying to machine gun these guys down. Throw here and then book it. Go. Boom. This is where you can, if you're good at it, you can rack up a lot of points. The next phase on this is you have to, oops, messed up. Let's just run these guys down. You can send guys over the wall as basically a distraction because then they're computer guided. I don't like doing that. Is it not? Am I out of guys already? Okay. Found my hat, by the way. The next phase of this is it's interesting because then you actually take over the machine gun nest, and you're trying to save your guys, your casualties, and get them to get across the screen. You have to shoot all the other enemies that are in your way. Like the guys will be dropping rocks on them, tanks will be rolling in without firing at them, and so on. You'll see that. Chuck it, duck it, go. Yeah, when I was testing this out, this was like, I was racking up a ton of points with this. Alright, let's go this way. Down. Kind of wondering if I should demo Diablo 4. What do you think, Firefox? Foxfire. I know I want to stick with retro games, and that won't change. I'm curious to see like if we can also do a little bit of Diablo as well. Maybe I'll do that. The problem I've got right now is I don't have a multi-screen display. I'd have to cook something up where I could do that. I probably could work something out where I've got a multi-display. I also want to try the Dark Tower idea too. In fact, I wonder if I could do the... You might have to try the Dark Tower idea soon. Like maybe tonight or tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. If I could stream that Dark Tower app from my phone... Oh, you got the grenade off though. If I can stream the Dark Tower app from my phone, then I could make that be the Tuesday night stream. Because I think what I want to do is, I would love to put the game on my big screen TV and watch it there, instead of on my laptop. But in order to do that, I have to move downstairs to do this, so I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I might just leave it as is, just stick with what I got here. Because then if I go downstairs and try and do it this way, then I'd lose the webcam. I'd have to reposition all of that. Gone, Forest! I could certainly pick up Diablo 4 and give that a go. The other option is to go Diablo 2. Man, it is still warm in here. I got my fan on, I got the window open, and it is still warm. So you have Diablo 2 on the Switch, Foxfire? Okay, so here's a question. Could we play if I'm on a PC and you're on a Switch? Can we play together? Because if so, I'd be totally down with that. We'll have to test that out then. We can totally test that out. I'm sure I've got the game somewhere. I just gotta pick it up. It's probably on my Blizzard account. If not, I can always get it again, I'm sure. That's definitely something I'd be interested in, because that does fall under the category of retro, in my opinion. Ugh. This is the downside of having too many guys here. Heck, I might even mod the Diablo 2 game if I could. Just like I did in the old days. StarCraft is another one I'd love to do as well. I might do that. Diablo for PC, Diablo 2 for PC. I'm sure I've got those in my storage somewhere here. StarCraft. I have StarCraft disc. I know where that is. And I'd be curious to try that one again. That does qualify as retro. But again, once you get away from the Commodore emulator, I got to figure out how to stream all that. On newer PCs, yeah, great question about that. So on newer PCs, how did it play last time? I'm pretty sure, at least on StarCraft, and probably with Diablo, that you ran it from Windows. You didn't run it outside like in DOS. So there is the question of how will it install. And I think if you get the remastered versions, I think Blizzard took care of that. At least I'm pretty sure they did. Do you remember the trick that you could do with Diablo about the coin trick? To be able to duplicate an item? So, do you remember the trick that you could do in the original Diablo game where you could use a coin to duplicate items in your inventory? Ah. It was a pretty famous trick, actually, in the original Diablo game. People were using it as an exploit, basically, especially if you wanted to play multiplayer, I think. For Diablo on PS1, you could dump gold and items in town, and they would never disappear. Now, this was a trick, I know it was on the PC. I don't know if it was on PS1 as well, but it was a trick you could do in Diablo where you would drop a gold coin. I think it was you had to how did this work? You basically had to have, I think, a single gold coin in your inventory slot somewhere, right? And then with your inventory open, you would drop like a kick-butt weapon on the ground, like a Sword of the Heavens or something like that. You drop that on the ground, you walk away from it, and then if you did it right and you tried to click on the Sword of the Heavens that was on the ground at the same time you had your mouse over the gold coin or something like that, if you did it and the timing was perfect, the gold coin would transform into a duplicate copy of whatever it is you were trying to pick up. So you could actually get like 2 Swords of the Heavens. And it was in the game for a long time. So sometimes you would like meet up with your friends and you would get your character set up and, hey, you know, do you need any armor, or do you need a Sword of the Heavens or something? And they would take the time to go ahead and do that. So then you could all run around with kick-butt weapons and armor and stuff. So still have guys out? Alright, let's go ahead and throw it. I think I do have a monitor you can see over my shoulder here. I might be able to integrate that into this somehow. I have to play around with that a little bit. Man, I got a lot of guys on the right side. Ah! Get it. Get it. Try Googling the Diablo coin trick. The original one, if you can. The original Diablo. And it probably explains how it's done. I'm hit! How many guys did I have? Whatever. Alright, finally. It's a lot. So we got a huge lead on the Dictator right now. I'm hoping we can get to the point where we get to the battle, which is the fun one, I think. Get through the load screen. Alright, so now we took over the machine gun nest here, and now we have to take care of anybody who's trying to attack our little gray guy on the left side there. You see him? So there's this guy over here in this manhole who's trying to sneak up and put a mine on him. There's this truck over here that's going to shoot my guy. There's these guys here. This guy's going to drop something on him. This guy. Get over there. Get over there. Oh, he got run over. So, there's a funny thing, and actually a tactical thing you can do here, too. And that is, you can actually shoot your own guy. And it can be useful. And I'll show you that in just a minute here, once this guy gets off the screen. Throw out some space here. Oh, he's gonna die. That's not even fair. You can actually shoot your guy. He says, "Hey, don't shoot me!" And like I said, it can be a tactical thing because you can actually use that to stop your guy. So when this guy up above drops a rock on him, you can use that to kind of pause your guy just for a moment so he misses, you know? This has a lot of elements of Raid over Moscow, in my opinion. He got shot. This is different. Yeah, let's do that. Get rid of you. This. Tank. That thing. Got a lot of different directions you gotta hit here. Oh, great. That's a guy. Oh, got him. Nope. Just too many directions to hit here. You have to move your elevation of your turret and all that stuff. Stay there. I got him. It's rough. I've only gotten one guy through out of, what, 20? This is level 1. Take care, Foxfire. Appreciate you hanging around, man. It's been a lot of fun. Hope to talk to you again either Tuesday or Wednesday. Come on, leave me alone. Alright, I got a second. Alright, my guide. Oh, we're ready to go. Ha! There's some tactics. Got you. The other problem is that this turret is so incredibly slow sometimes to swing around. Yeah, just stay put. Fix all this. That tank. That guy. Get the other tank. They are relentless, I must say. This thing. So rack up the points. Don't get me wrong. Now, this guy is down. Yeah, wait till he gets up. Here. Oh, I can get him. Okay, interesting. That's useful. So now I can hit this guy if he's on the wall. I'll knock him out early. Nice. That's very super helpful. Dude, keep walking. Don't stop walking. Walk into the tank. I don't care. Stay away from that truck. Side, this thing out. We're getting the hang of it now. We got 5 of them resting. Now that we know we can take out those little turkeys at the top, just gotta keep the area clear. We'll be alright. Oh, I missed it hard there. Got you. That's right. This turkey over here. Starting to come back well here. This is good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's a problem. Got him. Walking wounded here. Gotta keep him clear. Cross. Nice thing is that the ammunition never runs out on this gun. Wow. Doing alright here. In case another tank comes by, let's go get him. Tick, 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 tick. Alright, he's gonna handle the guy. Yeah, he's dead. Dropping rocks on his head. That's not fair. Tied at 7 so far. I shouldn't say tied at 7. It's I think he's got 6 of my guys. I've got 7. Through. We just got to keep going. So the idea of running Diablo or any of the versions of Diablo 4, I kind of like it, honestly. I know this channel is mostly dedicated to retro gaming, and it will stay that way. We are going to stick with retro games. That is what I want to focus. But every once in a while, I don't think it's bad to go and try a new game, especially like a Diablo 4 or Jedi Survivor or anything that tickles my fancy. Because if I like it, I'm hoping that other people will like it too. So while it would be cool and it's possible that I could do something that would help for gaining followers and stuff, I don't see that happening. I don't think people are just going to suddenly jump on and try to follow me because I'm playing Diablo 4. I don't see that happening. There are plenty of other streamers out there who probably do Diablo 4, Jedi Survivor, or any of the other new games. So to try and do it for followers, it's not really going to work. I might do it because I like playing the games. I've played 1 through 3. I don't know if I ever beat 3. I think 3 was just too tedious for me that I didn't bother. I did beat 1 and 2. I remember the positive feeling and experience that you get from playing it. I remember the secret power level in 2. Games like StarCraft were a lot of fun for me. I would love to bring back StarCraft 2 maybe, as a possibility. I could see doing StarCraft 2, playing through the campaign, talking people through that one. Because that, to me, like StarCraft 2 is epic to me. I mean, that's a term I don't use a lot, but really, it was epic. And if you haven't played StarCraft or StarCraft 2, I do recommend it, especially if you love space real-time simulations. There's really not much that can beat those. My guy is in trouble. Wow, that was close. I love this StarCraft. I don't remember as much about the story. It was a good story, although I think in terms of cinematics and everything, StarCraft 2 has it blown away, obviously. There's just so much great storytelling, I think, in StarCraft 2, especially from the Terran side. That's what kind of really hooked me into the game. And I could see myself playing that through again, just for the sake of it. One game I never really did get a chance to play was the Noble missions there that they had. That was the expansion for StarCraft 2. I'm in trouble. Oh well. Oh, he missed. Got lucky there. Just for that. Get off my guy. I enjoyed StarCraft 2. So I could see myself doing that as a pseudo-retro type of game. Alright, so now the escape part, which I don't remember too much. We're going to try and get through that. Oh, up or down to load chopper. Press button to start run. Alright, so... we can take them all on board with one chopper. I don't like that idea. Let's take half. I don't remember being very good at this section, so... yeah, this feels very Raid over Moscow-y. You do have to go up and down with a helicopter. You can't go over walls, so you kind of have to go through them. Down low. Then you gotta go over this freaking drawbridge. Try and get around this stuff here. You know, for 1947, this stuff is pretty interesting. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I think we're good here. Oh, never mind. We have to get through another level here. Up we go. And down we go. Don't want to crash into the ground, obviously. So let's try and get through this. I do remember this now, and it wasn't so bad that I couldn't do it. You have to be careful. Like that. Poop. I was too busy trying to shoot the tank. Where am I starting? Well, it's not from the beginning. Oh, bad. It is bad. Oh well. Let's just get some points then, I guess. I don't know if we'll be able to continue on to the battle. I hope we can. Kill this tank. Alright, Chopper 2. Let's try and get as many as we can then. Let's try and get through this. We're just going to try and run through it. That's all we want to do here. That guy on. Whoa, this got faster or something. This is interesting. Whoa, leave me alone. Wow! That's a heck of a declination shot there. So apparently you can't go over the walls. Strange, you know. Kill that guy. That's strange, man. go around this. Wow, there's a lot of stuff just blowing up here. Alright. Everything's okay. I just gotta get through this. Oh boy, I almost died there. Died there. Okay, didn't do so good there. Got him on total score, though. Let's see if we get to the last battle here. It is still hot in here. I can't believe this, man. Okay, so I'm the guy on the left in white, and the idea here is you're supposed to move your guy up and down the platform, or... Oh no, I guess I'm the guy in black. And you're supposed to throw these little, what do they call them? Pontoons? They call them pontoons or something like that. You can curve them. It is possible to do that. You want to hit your guys without you getting hit, obviously. Ugh, got hit there. Got him. Got him. Oh, it's tied. This is a problem. Got him. And you can just hear them screaming out. Just like in Impossible Mission, the same voice. Alright, so we got first round out of 9. So the goal is, again, out of 9 rounds, try and beat him every time if we can. Let's get him. You do get points, like extra points, if you can, like, ace them, basically. In other words, don't get hit while, you know, hitting him 4 times. Alright, I've got 3 on him. Got him. Now that's the 4-0 I was talking about. I believe you get extra points for that. Yeah, the bonus. There, bonus is 2. Let's try again, shall we? I don't know if you caught that or not. He said, "You can't hurt me." Try to fake this guy out somehow. More. Got him. And again, graphically speaking, it's only 2 years advanced since the Beachhead, but look at how much different this looks, you know? The sprites all look different. They look a little bit more realistic than original Beachhead and stuff. It's just, there's so much more to this. That's why it is, I think, a worthy successor, you know? You can't hurt me. Oh, I got hit. I was hoping to ace him again. Alright. 5 more rounds. I think I'm going to call it after this, honestly. I'm just kind of feeling a little, let's say not well. I feel fine, it's just, I'm a little hot. It's just not comfortable. I did a lot of yard work yesterday, and it wasn't very hot, but it was just strenuous enough that it just wore on me. And I've learned that, you know, when I do a lot of strenuous exercise or strenuous activity, that it usually catches up to me the very next day. I think it's just that strenuous activity that I did from yesterday, the mowing the lawn and everything, that just, I feel a little dehydrated. I've been trying to drink some water to catch up, but it's just, I think it's just a little bit much. So I might just call it a little bit early tonight. But I feel like overall this has been successful. I'm glad we were able to play Beachhead 2. I had a folder in here for Beachhead 3. I don't even know if that game exists, so I'm not going to count on that. So I'm dominating him on this one. Pretty much got this one clinched. All I gotta do is just kind of finish it off here. Oh, he's getting me hard on this one. Alright, let's go and beat him here. Close. Oh, you got me. So much for the undefeated streak. No big deal. Let's beat him here. Oh, he got me 3 times here. This is no good. Gotta hit him. once at least. Rinse him for getting the bonus. What do you got me? Tired. Feeling a little tired today. Jeez. Try and walk him into one here. There we go. That should do it. 82,000 to 40,000 in that final round. And there it is, the final grand score, 523,800 against his 186,000. Clearly we win. So, that is Beachhead 2 and Beachhead. I appreciate everybody for joining me today. Again, like always, having a lot of fun with this. Even though I don't have a lot of followers right now, and I'm cool with that, by the way. I'm really not losing any sleep over it, because again, I don't do this for money. I don't care. I do this for fun, and I am having fun playing these games on a Sunday night. It helps me personally get my mind off of work in the morning, so I'm good with this, and I love it. I hope you all enjoyed this too. If you're watching this either live or if you're watching it on YouTube, I appreciate any view that you give me. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great week. Hope you're able to accomplish what you set out to accomplish this week, even if it's nothing more than just kind of getting through to Friday. It's a noble goal, so stick with it. I believe in you. I want to see you, succeed in whatever it is you're trying to do this week. So again, I will probably try to do a stream on Tuesday, even if it's nothing more than just kind of a mindless stream a bit, or I might try to do there's a Dark Tower app that I have on my phone that's based off of the original board game from the early 1980s. I love that game. I would love to be able to play it with guests in the stream as well, and have that be the centerpiece. I would have to test all that out, obviously, so I don't know if I can do that. The talk about Diablo and StarCraft, I would need to set up some sort of a monitor arrangement. Right now, you can't see this, but basically, I take the Commodore emulator and I overlay it over my OBS. So I don't have to set up another screen like where it's over here and then I've got OBS going on over there. It's all really just one monitor right now. And it works. I've got the emulator as the overlay. I can still see chat. I can still see everything else going on, and I can get back and forth and everything. It works for me. With a second monitor, that would help, because then I could just, stream one on just that monitor on the game, and then the other monitor can be, of course, the OBS stuff and everything. So I would have to clear some real estate here, which could happen. I've been wanting to do that for a while. We'll see. I'll play around with it a little bit and see what happens. But anyway, I hope you'll have a great week. I hope to see you all Tuesday evening. Go Vegas Knights, Golden Knights, I should say. And I really hope that they can win the Stanley Cup Tuesday evening. That would really make my week and make my year, I think. So here's to hoping. I wish them all the best of luck in their Game 5 matchup against the Florida Panthers. I wish you all guys the best of luck, the best of health, the best of success this week. I believe in you again. I really do love you all. Thank you to everybody who's reached out to me over the week and who's kept in touch and followed the stream and everything. I really do appreciate it, and hope to see you all again very soon. Take care.